Trump isn't the first leader to use language that has incited this type of fallout. So I asked UT public policy and history professor Jeremi Suri to give us some context.
If he did in fact say what is being alleged, how would that stack up against potential other incendiary comments that other presidents have made?
Right. So we've had many presidents who have made off-color comments about individuals, particularly leaders of other societies, and even other societies at certain moments. Lyndon Johnson and Richard Nixon are most notorious in recent memory for doing this. And even President George W. Bush accidentally spoke of leading crusades during the war on terror.
What sort of implication did those sorts of off-color comments have on previous presidents?
So in the past, many of those off-color comments that were made in private. They were made by a president with his closest advisors. So Richard Nixon talking to Henry Kissinger. They were not made in front of members of Congress. They were not made in a setting where they would be reported. And when they did come out, presidents apologized.
What do you think needs to happen next? What should he do next?
I think what President Trump should do, and what I would advise him to do based on historical experience, is come forward and apologize. Say, I did not mean this. What I think of these countries is actually very positive.
Suri thinks the president's alleged comments will hurt negotiations over immigration policies.